Jordan on TalkSport this morning, folks. He normally talks a lot of sense, and he did today, to be honest with you, but I can't say I agreed with him. Did you hear that early debate that they had about Todd Boehly? Turns out Todd Boehly, one of the joint owners there, but I think the major probably shareholder in Chelsea. Many of his own fans are up in arms because it transpires that he's part of a company in that there America that sell Premier League tickets for the match experience at hugely inflated prices, and I mean hugely inflated. They mentioned some standard tickets, standard run-of-the-mill, for anything from 1,500 quid to 3.5–4 grand, just for a normal league game. Absolutely unbelievable. The surprise is people are stupid enough to pay it, but then again, there's lots of people with lots of dosh in America, and everyone loves Premier League football. But I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Anyway, the Chelsea fans are incensed. They cannot believe someone that runs their own club is profiteering from the beautiful game like that. I think probably in part they're probably thinking to themselves, well, those tickets could go to the normal run-of-the-mill supporters at the right price, at face value. And I think many are also thinking he's just making a killing. He's fleecing people and he's our chairman. He should be above that. That's not what it should be all about. He shouldn't be robbing the beautiful game. Anyway, Jim asked Simon what he thought, and Simon was a bit nonplussed. You know, he did say, well, is he breaking any laws? Don't think he is. Is there a law over there saying he can't do that? Don't think there is. Am I against him making money if he wants to make money with his own money because he's got shares in this company? I'm not. It's up to himself. Is it right? Well, some might say it is. Some might say it's not. I said, it doesn't hurt me either way. And then I think we had a caller on saying, well, it's not really... the etiquette of the game, not the etiquette, morally it's not right. And he said, oh, don't talk to me about morals. There's no morals in Premier League football anymore. And I get where he's coming from. But that doesn't excuse the fact that this guy is doing it. He's supposed to be a millionaire many times over. He's made a good few quid anyway. Yes, he's put a lot into Chelsea, I get that. But should he really be robbing fans? I'm not so sure he should be. And I mean, if them seats, let's say them seats aren't resold or sold for a higher price, let's say the seats haven't sold anyway. So really, he's not stopping Chelsea fans using them seats at the face value at the right price. Because as far as I'm aware, they don't always get sellouts there, but I may be proved wrong there. But whether the tickets that are or aren't selling, I mean, if they weren't selling, he could sell them to proper Chelsea fans at half value rather than 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 20 and 30 times the value. That'd be the kind of things that a guy do that cared about the club and cared about the fans. He obviously doesn't. He cares about the bottom line, which is the dollar. And I just think it's wrong. I think it's really, really wrong. And it got me thinking of my club there at United. Well, whatever tickets are going for, you would suggest that any tickets involving United would probably go for more than anywhere else. For all we've not been successful the last few years, or certainly not by our terms, it's still Manchester United. We're still the biggest club in the Premier League, whether people agree with it or not. And I thought to myself, could I see the Glazers keeping back, say, 500 or 1,000 tickets and selling them on to Boehly, not for face value, but selling them on themselves for like 1,500 quid. Boehly then sells them on for 3.5–4 grand. Everyone's a winner. A lot of extra revenue into the United coffers. I did some quick sums, 3.5–4 million a week I think I was looking at. Over 19 home games. It's a few quid. It's a few quid a year. It's not bad at all. Could I see it happening? And I thought, well, I probably could. Would hope it wouldn't, but I probably could. And there's no insinuation at this stage that the clubs are selling the tickets on to Boehly and getting a much, 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 much better price, a big markup, and then he's putting an even bigger one on. There's no suggestion of that, but it wouldn't surprise me if teams were about to do that. And it's sickening, really. And I thought, no, that morally, it is all wrong. And I get where Simon's coming from, I really do, but do we want club chairmen of football clubs selling tickets at huge rates and making a fortune on the back of what is a fantastic game, a fantastic league? And I just think it's wrong, I really do. I can understand Chelsea fans being upset, because if our boy Sir Jim was doing it at United, I'd feel the same, I would honestly. I just think it's really, really low. And I would have thought that someone like Boehly would have been above that. You know, I would hope my chairman would have some kind of integrity, some decency about him. He might not be breaking any laws, but left a sour taste in my mouth. What do you think, folks? What did you think this morning when you heard it on TalkSport? How would you have been if it was your chairman of your club doing it? I don't know. Tell you what, I wish Shanks was still alive. I'd love him to be asked to ring in and give his opinion. It'd be a lot clearer than mine. He'd be on my side, but I think he'd be a lot more eloquent in how he put things. I think you'd understand 100% where he was coming from. I think you pretty much understand with myself. You definitely understand with Shanks, no doubt about that. No, I don't get it at all. I just think morally, it's really, really abhorrent. It really is. But there's some folks like that in our game, unfortunately. As I say, it's all about the dollar. That's all it's about, nothing else. They don't really care about the game. It's what they can line their pockets with. It's all a bit sad. But that's how the game's gone now. It's awash with money. And everybody wants to earn their little bit.